Hello, greetings from Cluj, Romania. My name is Tim Wimberly. And my wife Dana and I are missionaries here in Romania. And we have the privilege of working with various organizations, one being Provita, which is the organization that is connected to HealthBridge Global. And today I was asked by John Halstead if I would share a daddy story. So, just a little background. Been married for 33 and a half years, and we have 5 sons. And we've had some pretty amazing birthing stories. But one in particular is our second son, Noah. This is back in the day where cell phones were just being released, and we had those things called beepers. If depending on how old you are, you may not even know what a beeper is, but we had those. And as the birth of our son was nearing, I was gone for the evening, and one night I got a 911 page on my beeper. Let's just say at least a half a dozen times within about a 2.5 minute period. And I, of course, responded, did not have a cell phone at that time, but saw the page, got in my car, and I did the whole Starsky and Hutch, or I guess today you'd say Fast and Furious, and I was flying from the other side of town. We lived in a town by the name of San Antonio, Texas. And I was driving like crazy. I lifted my wheels off of the railroad tracks, just like the movies. But anyway, I drive into our home. We were living in an apartment at the time, drove into the parking lot. And as I drove in, my wife was standing on the balcony of our apartment screaming, "The baby's coming!" And we were planning, at that time, to have a home birth, which we had planned and did all our homework and was ready for it, but was not expecting to have what happened. And so, long story short, I run up the stairs. She said, I feel like I need to push. I said, "No, honey, you can't. The midwife isn't here." She ended up on the toilet, which is basically a birthing stool, that we came to find out was actually a birthing stool. And when I went to see what was happening and begging my wife to not push, she said, "I got to push." And the moment I looked, the head was crowning. And I had a little bit of training, but not for this. And so she started pushing, and the head literally came out. Immediately, when I saw the head, I knew that I had to move the baby so that the shoulders could come out. When I went to, and you have to see, I mean, just the whole picture of it all. I know it's probably a little bit too much, but she was over the top of me. I was down here. I had the head in my hands and was getting ready to turn. And the moment that I began to turn the shoulders, I saw that the cord was wrapped around his neck 3 times, three times. And in just seconds, I didn't even think about what I was doing. I just reached in, put my fingers through the cords and wrapped it over his head. And of course, he slid out almost immediately. I took him. I was holding him in my hands, and he was a dark color blue. And I began to just shake his back, and all of a sudden, boom! He began to scream. And of course, we all started bawling, and meaning my wife and I and the baby. And it was an amazing moment. Matter of fact, on his birth certificate, it says physician, and it says father. So I actually delivered my son, my wife and I, because of course she was there and was a huge participant in that. But I had that privilege. But it's interesting living in this country, being aware of the organization Provita, which is the future home of the projected building project of Life Medical Center. It's an amazing thing. Matter of fact, it's illegal to have home births in Romania. And then just some of the things that these folks face here, it's absolutely remarkable. A husband is not allowed into the birthing room because there's so many women giving birth simultaneously at the same time. And matter of fact, my wife and I had the privilege of connecting with a young family here that was getting ready to give birth. After the birth of their baby, this couple said, because they're aware of Pravita and what they do presently in the, not only in Cluj, where we live here, but throughout the country of Romania, they just said, please, whatever you got to do this, create this facility, create this place where moms and dads and families can experience true life, real life, in the whole birthing experience. And so we are just so privileged. We've been a part of HealthBridge Global for many years and followed it, and now have the opportunity to literally participate in serving what God is doing on the ground. And as we prepare, this is the end of a year going into a new year. Many of you probably already know this, but HealthBridge Global has been given, out of the generosity of some pretty remarkable people, the opportunity for matching funds, meaning for every dollar that we give, every dollar is matched. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that amount is $75,000 between now and the end of the year. So as you plan and as you prepare to end this year well, I just want to strongly encourage, get behind this project. If you're already behind this project, look for opportunities to enlist and encourage others to participate, because we truly believe, my wife and I truly believe, that nations and cities and neighborhoods and communities change one life at a time. And through HealthBridge Global and their involvement and participation in the projects that they're involved with, we have the opportunity to see that happen one life at a time, literally. And so we just want to encourage you. We're so grateful to be a part of this, so grateful for HealthBridge Global and all that they're doing. But we are blessed to be a part of it. So, Crăciun fericit, Merry Christmas from Romania, and thank you for the privilege to be a part of the Daddy Birthing Stories. God bless you.